welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at a year before. Now, with new weapons in town, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. Screen play set up for Williams. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Prescott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, held in by Lamb. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Prescott. And fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. David Ojabo. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down and 6 now. Now it's Jackson. Short one there, caught by Likely. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jackson will keep it. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now he's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
To throw is Prescott. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a pretty play. They were coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Now 3rd down and 7. Throwing, Prescott. And away from pressure too much. Down he goes. Kyle Hamilton defense and running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach, and now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Williams going to get it again on second down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Play action now. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now Prescott. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, good move. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The tight end in motion right. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And a Raven first down.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 46 yards for Derrick Henry. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Ooh, the juke. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From the 31, here's second down and 8. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he goes out right around the 39. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Prescott from the gun. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Ravens will take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first down carry for Henry.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
First down.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Again, it's Henry. Stops short of the 25, and that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Henry out of the pistol. And just shutting him off there. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
On his loop for the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
David Ojabo, credit him there. He fired across the line and planted him for a loss on the play.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Prescott now.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
22 yards for Javonte Williams. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there. And, look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete. But they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time through the air. 53 yards. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. Saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice game. That one goes for 30 yards.
Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
34-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Ravens ready to take over.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. On play action, they'll throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Off the option, here's Henry. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a Raven 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Carry now for Derrick Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now Prescott.
Pickens on the slant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He is putting on a show in this 2nd quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 49-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
It's a gain of 3.
And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Prescott.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Jackson.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Off tackle left with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Jackson now.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
3rd and 4.
Throwing is Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
That's Trayvon Diggs making a big play there for the defense.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And now Jackson will look to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Henry up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to move back in front.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Luke now for the extra point.
It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score. Ravens.
That time a 9-play drive.
17.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They begin the drive with Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Dak on the option left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Throwing, Prescott.
Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the line.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Prescott down. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
Jalen Tolbert. A 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down at the 38-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. Here's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down and 4. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Jackson from the shotgun. Short one there, caught by Likely. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, Jackson. Open man is Higgins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here now, 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And Jackson throwing once more. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 50-yard line.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. Being chased down left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Now Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
13 yards. First down, Ravens.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From the gun, Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
On his loop for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That time a 6-play drive.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And out across midfield, down to the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
On play action, Prescott. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away.
Oh, nice move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Crossing route, he finds Likely. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone structure here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Henry again on second down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. The 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Henry. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
Out of his end zone, Prescott. A quick throw there is incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Prescott from the gun. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 2nd down at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Prescott. And this pass broken up.
excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They go play action with Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Inside handoff, Henry. That's some space here.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 146 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Give him 9 on the keeper there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a few inches.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Jackson running again.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
And a Raven first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Jackson. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. This 2nd and 4. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
29-yard line.
To throw is Prescott.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd and 6.
Here's Prescott. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Cowboys.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now. He's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
And his kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First down, Ravens.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Henry. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Stevens. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That is caught by Lamb.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, Those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. That's to his running back, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one, because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one, that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44.
They'll start with a give to Henry.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. To throw is Jackson. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. And that last run is going to set a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback, surpassing Justin Fields, who had 178 in 2022 in a ball game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it again with Henry. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 15. 1:47 on the clock. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. Prescott. That's complete to Lamb. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now 2nd and 4. To throw, Prescott. Throwing sidelines here, Ferguson bringing it in. Working the sideline there, good route, good catch, first down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Here's Dak. Finds Pickens out right. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Now Dak. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Well, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Here's first down. Here's Prescott.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Another try from the 14 on 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he checks this one down to Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.